Hi friends, my name is Melissa Mayville. I'm a theater educator at Victoria School of the Arts in Edmonton. My email address, if you have any question about this drama video module or any of the modules, is melissa.mayville@epsb.ca. And if I were to be any kind of sugared cereal, I'd be Fruit Loops, because I'm a little crazy. Today we're going to learn a little bit about improv and how do we tell a story spontaneously. So how do we tell a well-developed story on the spot is our question. The curricular outcomes that come directly from the Alberta Program of Studies are tell a story spontaneously, apply the essential elements of a story, character, setting, conflict, climax, and plot in an unplanned scene, and sustain a character throughout a scene. We're going to look at what those elements are, how we can utilize them in a scene, and we'll have a special guest who will help play a couple of the games. Hopefully you have somebody with you that can also play along so that you can learn and develop these skills also. But I'll also go over how you can do it all by yourself. So for a warm-up, we're going to do a super quick physical warm-up and vocal warm-up because we're going to be using our whole bodies. And then we're going to get started. So we're going to start with a bit of a vocal warm-up. So my voice is nice and warm already. I've been doing a couple of these videos, but let's get yours warmed up. We're going to start with some lip trills. Just go. Take it on a bit of a journey. Now scratch your nose because it always makes my nose itchy. So in terms of a physical warm-up, we're just going to do a super quick roll down, roll up, just to get our body moving and loosey-goosey. So we're just going to tuck our chin down to our chest. Nice and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll all the way down. Make sure to keep soft knees at the bottom. Give your shoulders a bit of a shake. Sway back and forth. Nod your head a bit. And slowly, vertebrae on top of vertebrae, roll it back up. Head is always the last to come up. Excellent. You can pause the video and do that once or twice if you'd like to. Make sure that you're ready to go. I feel pretty ready to go. So I'm going to jump into it. So the first thing we're going to go over is the 5 elements of a story. So just a gentle reminder that we want to make sure that we're bringing in strong character choices and that we've established our environment and we know where we are specifically. So we're not just 2 talking heads. So we establish our space physically, hopefully, if you're able to act it out. Second, the relationship, so making sure that these characters, you're endowing these characters to know each other and have already been in the space together. Conflict is bringing in some sort of problem. I always say that it's way better to make it an external conflict, so it's not a conflict that these 2 characters are battling against each other. It's more fun to watch the 2 characters or 3 characters or however many you have working against an outside problem that they're trying to solve rather than just watching bickering. Raising the stakes is probably the most complicated one because it's harder to grasp. So raising the stakes really means we're taking the conflict that we have already established and we're making that conflict mean more. We're not adding in extra conflicts or bringing in other problems. We're taking exactly what we've already established and all we're doing is we're making sure that that problem means more. Okay, so if I'm a soccer player, I'm playing soccer with my team, we're having a great time, I slip and I break my leg, that's the conflict. Okay, if I say, oh no, this is terrible, the big soccer championship is this weekend and I have to play, then that's raising the stakes because I'm taking the exact problem that I've already established and all I'm doing is I'm making it mean more. And then finally we're going to wrap it up. The one thing that I'm going to invite you to really think about when you're wrapping it up is finding a solution in the space that you've established that makes the most sense. Try to avoid things that I like to call gifts from God. A gift from God is like, I broke my leg, I can't play in the championship, and then all of a sudden it's mended, it's healed. It doesn't give, it's less likely to ease our audience into a happy solution. So try to make it make the most sense for the characters in the space that you've already established. So those are the 5 elements of the story. So you could really improvise your own story on your own, sitting in your room, talking it out, trying to just connect those stories. What I would do is I would grab a piece of paper, I would put those categories on the top. I would say setting, relationships, conflict, raising the stakes, wrapping it up, and then I would just write a note of what it was. So I've got character, Sophia, relationship, playing soccer with a team, conflict, breaks leg, raising the stakes, soccer championship coming up this weekend, wrapping it up. Sophia decides to be a cheerleader for the team and go support in other ways. So that's kind of how we start to work through how we template a scene. Once you figure that out and you understand how to raise the stakes on your own, then you can start to play within those boundaries and find more creative ways to figure out how to tell that story creatively. All right, now that we have gone over how to tell stories spontaneously, and we've looked at the 5 different plot points of a story, we're going to try a couple games. If you're by yourself and you're watching this from home and you have nobody, then you're going to watch the games and kind of start to learn from them, and then when you can meet up with somebody, either doing it over video conferencing or group chats or anything you can, you're going to see if you can try to play some of these. If you have a family member that can try playing them with you, that's always a fun way to connect families as well. I'm lucky enough to have a friend with me today. Mr. Gauthier is here. Mr. Gauthier is also a teacher here at Victoria School of the Arts, teaching in the theater realm and also as an English teacher. So thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
We're going to try a couple different games that's going to help us kind of warm up and get ready, and then we're going to tell a couple stories spontaneously. So the first game we're going to play is called Martha. Martha is a super game. It's a super awesome game.
It is a super game. I would agree with you on this.
With 3 people. One person is going to start by establishing themselves in the space. I'm a tree, or I'm a police officer, or whatever. Second person is going to come in and build on that picture. Third person will come in and build on the picture, and the first person who did establish themselves as the tree will take themselves out, and then they'll keep one object within the space, and then they'll build a new story. So maybe what we'll try to do is I'll start, then you come in, and then I'll come back in, and then we'll keep one of those.
Wow, I
and
like
then
this.
We'll move on to another one. So we'll see if we can do that with just the 2 of us.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Martha. I'm a bird.
Good. I am the tree which the bird perches on.
And I am the apple hanging from the tree.
Which of these 2 are you going to keep?
I'm going to keep the tree.
The tree.
Do you say it again? I'm a tree.
I'm a tree.
I am the rain falling on the tree.
I am the little boy standing close by with an umbrella.
What are you going to keep?
Ooh, I'm going to keep me.
The little boy.
With the umbrella.
Excellent. I am an ice cream cone that you just dropped on the floor.
I am the disapproving mother who is wondering why that boy was out in the rain eating ice cream.
What are you going to keep?
I'm going to keep me.
I am the disappointed mother's mother who taught her how to be disappointed.
I am the mother of the mother of the mother who is up looking down from above.
Oh, mate, we'll end it there. You can't get better than heaven. So the next one we're going to play, now that we've learned all of our 5 elements of our story, is we're going to try to put it in some stories. So the first thing we're going to do is a 1 word at a time story. Lots of people have seen this one before. You're going to tell a story 1 word at a time. The things to think about is the more physical you can get into the story, the more offers you're giving your partner as to where you think the scene is going or the story is going. So try to act it out the best you can, right? 1 word at a time story is awfully hard to play by yourself. But again, try to convince somebody in your world to play along with you, because it's a fun one to do.
Or really easy to play by yourself.
Yeah, or you just tell a story 1 word at a time by yourself. So we're going to show you an example of that now.
We can cut this out if it doesn't work, right?
Right.
Okay, good.
1.
Upon time
I
ate
a
huge
hamburger
with
mayonnaise
and
ketchup.
period.
I
Choked
on
the
hamburger
and
grabbed
a
giant
telephone
to
call
mine
mother
to
inform that
I
was
choking.
Was that choking?
Choking.
Choking! Period. immediately
Said
you
should
go
to
the
hospital
and
get
your
stomach.
removed.
So
I
ran
to
the
hospital
where
it
was
locked,
I
pounded
on
the
door.
so
I
remembered
that
I
have
a
key.
to
The
stomach
I
opened
it
wide,
and
removed
the
hamburger.
yes. See.
Oh,
The final game we're gonna play is a game called Tap Out Monologue.
I've never played this game before.
Amazing.
Yeah.
One of us, probably myself, will start the monologue.
That's
I'm going to
nice.
start with a giant physical offer and a vocal offer of a character. At any moment, Nick can tap in and replace me. He's going to take on the same character, the same physicality, the same vocal quality of whatever I've established, and keep the story going. Again, ideally, we're trying to hit those 5 points in our story, so that's what we're going to be thinking while we're making up a story.
How do I tap in? How's that done?
You just tap
Like the
on
arrow?
my shoulder.
Oh, on your shoulder?
Yeah, I'll be up here.
Uh-oh.
Acting out a story.
Oh,
And then when you're ready,
coronavirus.
you're just gonna tap.
Sure?
Oh yeah, just like pretend
Okay,
to tap.
how about like,
Yeah, with elbow. Good. And then
Okay.
you'll take forward, and then I'll
Okay.
come and I'll elbow you, and you'll.
all right.
Okay, great.
Nice. This is gonna be so good.
we're gonna give this a try.
Yep,
All right.
we are.
Tap out monologue. Here we
Uh-huh.
go. This one time when I was in high school, I was like super popular. At least I thought that I was super popular. Because every time I would see people in the hallway, they'd be like, yo, there's Monica, she's so cool. And I'd be like,
And the problem though with having, such coolness is there are all kinds of haters around who are like, they want to bring you down. Like I was in the classroom the other day, I was like fixing my hair and like my teacher
came up from behind and was like, yo, this is not like cosmetology class. And I'm like, dude, it could be.
and I said, hey, I don't even know anything about going to space. Anyway, I got out of there in a real hurry and I ran down to the bathroom where I could
meet my friends, because my friends always meet in the bathroom at 12:26. So I get into the bathroom and all my friends were there, and I'm like, yo, he's like totally bugging me about this. And then we decide,
to do something really crazy. I mean, really nuts. I say, hey, Bobby, did you bring the stuff? And then Bobby went, uh-huh. And then he took out this briefcase from underneath the sink, put it up on the sink, he opened it up, and then...
and inside were a bunch of like spray bottles of paint, spray paint, and stencils, and other cool little like gold leaf paneling and stuff. And we're like, we're totally gonna renovate this bathroom because it totally stinks.
Yeah, so then we just went crazy, and then on the walls of the bathroom, we decided to put the words of the Constitution of Canada to serve as a reminder that we are all one nation, undivided, under the powers of...
You know the rest. You know the Constitution. We all know the Constitution. And then the principal came in, and the principal's like, man, you can't just write on my walls. And I'm like, look, we learned social studies. Aren't you proud of something? Because we did something super cool. And then the principal was like, you know what, Monica? And I was like, what? And he was like, I think you should be principal of the school. And I was like, you're probably right. And that's how I became principal of this place. See? So yeah, I think we
Yeah, I think that was really nice.
developed a good story.
Yeah.
And we had our beginning, middle, end. We had a
Yeah.
good character, solid choices, and we became the principal of the
I
school.
wasn't quite sure where to go with the Constitution bit, so thank you
That's
for
okay.
helping me out there.
That's a great example because what we said at the beginning is to make your partner look good. That's a huge rule of improv. So whenever you feel like your partner's kind of struggling, it's a good place to get in there.
Thanks for coming in.
So how can we use this stuff going forward? Obviously, establishing good plots in scenes is super important if you're creating devised work. If you're brainstorming scene ideas, if you're starting to look at playwriting and how a story idea comes together, these are great ways that we can start to brainstorm a clean plot, and then we would go back to it, like Mr. Gochi and I would go back to some of those scenes, maybe clean up some details, and then we could start to polish the work.
We still might.
Thanks for coming and listening and watching for improv, telling stories spontaneously. Again, my email, melissa.mayville@epsb.ca, if you have any questions or concerns. Thanks. Bye.